afternoon and welcome to Industry Focus on BDTV, where we spotlight several industries locally and globally to identify their economic and business values and, of course, how it affects GDP of Nigeria and lives of Nigerians. I am Onyeka Valentine, as usual. I'm here. And, of course, we do have our segments, 4 of them coming your way. Number 1, we'll have the business quote of the day on the influence of media. And number 2, which is the second segment, will be our captain's opinion, where our guest, Mr. Ademola Akintoye, will be giving us details on how the economy can grow with the help of multimedia. And yes, over there we'll be talking about the Power Creative House. In other words, the economics of Nigeria's multimedia industry. There will focus on different questions which he's standing by to answer. And our third segment today will be Deal or No Deal, where we'll talk about federal government's initiative to foster multimedia as a growing economy to help grow Nigeria's GDP. And after that, Retrospect will be coming in as our 4th segment, where we dig into the media's role during the Civil War, finding out how media was able to grow after that. That and many more. Don't touch that dial. We'll be right back. Onyeka Valentine. This is Industry Focus. We'll be right back. Welcome back. Let's jump into it straight up. The business quote of the day on the influence of media. Not my quote, but the quote of a very interesting gentleman. He passed on many years ago, but even at that, his quotes, unquote, still draws a lot of weight. It goes this way. It says, media is the most powerful entity on earth. They have the power to make the innocent guilty and the guilty innocent. And that's the kind of power, right? Because they control the minds of the masses. You heard that one by Malcolm X. Just so you know, media plays a major role, and in many ways, it is good that we use it properly. Which is why today's show is quite interesting and has everything in line with it. All right, so today, let me give you a rundown of who my guest is to help you understand clearly what we want to do today. On the guest segment, we call it the Captain's Opinion. My guest is a seasoned media and tech entrepreneur with over 20 decades of experience in multimedia, production, ICT, and digital publishing. He is the managing director and CEO of AI Multimedia and co-founder of Novus Technology, an innovative digital publishing platform that empowers African creators through securing of access and content distribution. A graduate of electrical and electronic engineering, Ademola is also a certified Adobe professional and a highly sought after ICT trainer. Over the years, he has mentored hundreds of young creative, and trained professionals across sectors and led high impact projects at the intersection of education and technology. He is a certified manager and management consultant for CMC, a fellow of the Institute of Management Consultants, FIMC, and a certified quality assurance assessor, QAA. His work in capacity building, training, and strategic workforce development has earned him a lot of multiple awards and recognition, which has helped him to where he is today. Ladies and gentlemen, help me welcome my guest, Mr. Ademola Akintoye. You're welcome, sir.
Thank
You're
you.
welcome, sir.
Thank you so much.
I hope I was able to give a robust information and intro.
The only where I want to, you said 20 decades.
Yes.
So
I said 20 decades. Okay, sorry, 2 decades. I was going to say 20 years. But you know how this thing goes.
Yes. 2 decades.
Right.
So that's about 20 years. I've been in the industry.
Most definitely.
I've impacted a lot of lives,
yes,
young people, and I'm fulfilled, you know. And then I'm also a tech entrepreneur. We are building platforms to also help creatives
most definitely
to earn money legitimately. So that's so I'm really, really happy, viewers, for being here today to share some of my wealth of experience with you. And I think we'll enjoy the show together.
All right, like you heard him already say we're going to enjoy the show. We're talking industry focus and where and how the area of multimedia adds value to other industries. We're talking about those in fintech, those in agriculture, those in all industries, as you can mention as a whole. You have media right there, which is why today our topic, it says creative powerhouse, the economics of Nigeria's multimedia industry. Mr. Akintoye, that alone gives room for a lot of conversation. Don't worry. I'm not going to mention 20 decades this time around. At least I was able to vibe and give that positive flow.
Yes,
right?
Yes.
But we are quite particular. I mean, we are BusinessDay TV and we follow the money. And to do that means we want to talk about things that will enable the world to see that for what it's worth, industries work in Nigeria. We are ambassadors of Nigeria anytime we travel around the world. And people ask us questions saying, what are the benefits and opportunities in Nigeria? They come and invest. And I'm always very quick to tell them, look, we have agriculture, we have this, we have that works, tourism and everything. But one of them asked me the other day, so what about your multimedia industry? We see Nollywood, we see different areas, but are you guys investing much in this? I say, you know what? When I get back home, I will sit back and craft the topic and we'll talk about it. All right. So we have these questions all lined up for you. But first and foremost, I mean, let's get to know you and meet you again so that we can follow through.
Okay. So my name is Ademola Akintoye. I'm the Chief Executive Officer of AI Multimedia. We have an academy that we train youths and young people in multimedia skills and multimedia technology. And we've done this for years. We also partner with government agencies and international bodies, you know, to train these young people, you know, because manpower development is very, very key, you know, to build any country. So if your youth have the right training, and they will be empowered to take up available jobs in the market. And we all know that the media industry is evolving and is becoming bigger by the day. And this needs manpower. You know, so we are filling that gap, and we are doing it, you know,
one step at a time.
One step at a time.
Okay, one step at a time. You guys have heard him already. Let us jump straight up into this. Now, I have one for you, or I have 5. Hopefully, be able to answer all, but they're within the ambience in which we are here for.
Okay.
From culture to capital, what are the key sectors driving the economic boom?
the key sectors in media and multimedia, we all know Nollywood is one of it. Okay. Is one of them.
Some say we're number 3 after
Hollywood,
after Hollywood.
Yes. Okay. We're actually, you know, doing wonderfully well in that. Though there's still room for improvement. And you see some of our movies, Nollywood, grossing billions all over the world in box office. So, and our content is improving. So it's actually contributing a lot to our GDP. So we can, you know, push that aside. Then our music industry is anywhere you go in the world now, it's Afrobeats. You know, if you go outside the country and you ask a foreigner, okay, just name you know, 1 or 2 musician in Africa, they will gladly tell you,
give us Davido, give us Burna Boy,
Rema. So they are actually our, you know, cultural ambassador outside. So is contributing a lot into our GDP. So it's a sector we
Through
cannot,
concerts and
through
everything.
concerts and so many things, concerts, sponsorship, ambassadorial deal, and even on global platforms like Spotify,
Right.
YouTube,
Right.
Netflix,
Right.
you know, you can't push our content aside. So they are contributing billions
To
into
our
our
GDP.
GDP. So
When I hear the sound of money, I always take people back home. Look, money makes the ears stand.
So-
And we follow the money right here on
sure,
BDT.
sure.
Still industry focus, right?
So,
How
so,
will- yes,
so
go ahead.
let me just add to that. Not that alone. We have our animation.
Right.
We have a gaming industry. Then we have content creation. These are
Right.
emerging, you know, sectors.
I was coming there with the next question so that I don't let you unveil them at the same time.
Okay.
On that, the multiplier effect, you just mentioned gaming, you know, you mentioned content creation, all this brings in money.
Yes.
How does a single creative project impact broader economy?
You know, when you talk about media projects, you know, media projects is not one man projects. It involves a lot of
People.
expertise.
You have the
You
director,
know, you have the,
producer.
okay, for example, a filmmaking, for example, beyond the people you see on the screen, you have a DOP, you have cameramen, you have script writers, you have makeup artists, you have costumiers, you have hospitality, you have security, you have merchandising, you know. So these are multiplier effects into for single, you know, projects, you know. So it revolves around a lot of people. A lot of people participate in it. You have tourism also, because you're going to scout for a location where you're going to shoot your film.
Location manager.
So, but within the community, you are going to hire some people, you know, who are going to benefit from
Right. And it's job creation.
Yes, job creation. Just a single filmmaking, you can see the rippling effects in a lot of people. The location you are going to use the locals to help you in constructing your sets,
Right.
and putting together a lot of things. So they are indirectly benefiting from the rippling effects of the creatives in that aspect. Then education is also one part of it. That's where I play, you know, effectively well.
Right. But, I mean, we
Against-
know you run your academy, so
Yes.
go ahead.
So if the media industry is not performing well,
Right.
there won't be anybody to train. Young people will not show interest in that field.
Right.
But young people are showing a considerable interest because there's high demand for manpower. You know, the older people are retiring, so you need younger people, train younger people properly
To come on board.
And then, you know, younger people these days, because their exposure to technology from onset, they tend to do things differently.
From
And
the way
yes,
the older
from
folks
the older
do it.
folks are doing it. So, and to do that, we need an institution who will train them very well. So this is also part
Character
of
and
the
learning.
yes, and learning and all that. So this is part of the rippling effects from media and production. Yes.
Right. I mean, a lot is being unfolded there. I thought it was just going to be a straight conversation, but I see a lot coming out of it. I mean, I keep wondering, how come we are not, I mean, the media industry is very big. I believe that the media industry should be able to cater for more of the income to our GDP than maybe oil and gas if well harnessed. But anyways, that's a question for you to answer.
Okay.
I'll move ahead. Let's jump into this one. Now, on the same premise of what we're discussing, the global platform now, local gains, how are digital channels transforming the business model? Right? I'm talking about local gains now on the global sector.
The global sector.
Exactly. So global platform, local gains, how are digital channels transforming the business model?
In fact, you know, just straight away, digital platforms have actually cut off traditional gatekeepers. You know, what I meant is that if you, in the past, if you want to market your production, you need to go through a marketers.
You go to Alaba
Yes,
International for music artists.
music, you know, you have to talk and talk and talk. If they don't take your content, they don't take it.
And that's it.
And they also have power to choose whoever will feature in your film, in your production. And by doing that, you realize films in the past, you keep on seeing the same set of people, because the marketer will dictate for you that, okay, for me to support your project, you must have this person, you know, and then that is killing the younger people to grow, you know. So the new model now, where you can, you know, shut off a traditional gatekeeper and go directly, you can discover raw talents, you can feature them in your production, and then you have this ripple effect where younger people have confidence to come on camera, you know, give them opportunity to, you know, exhibit their talent. So platforms like YouTube, Spotify, you know, Netflix, Boomplay, and then we also have our local platform we are working on, Novas. What we are trying to do is so...
We'll come to Novas so you can give us some insight. I'm going to see some opportunities there where it can begin to help to grow our GDP.
Yes.
I mean, it sounds very interesting, but we'll come to that. We'll come to that. In case you're still with us, which I know you are still with us, we have I'll put it this way. We have the mighty mind when it comes to multimedia, Mr. Ademola Akintoye with us. He's answering some great questions when we're talking about the industry of multimedia. We'll take a break. When we come back, right, we'll dive into the remaining questions. And remember, we have deal or no deal. And after that, we have retrospect. So don't go anywhere. This is Industry Focus. We'll be right back. Welcome back. Like they say, we take a good break so that you can recalibrate and come in even stronger. We're still right here, Industry Focus, where we talk about what's going on in different industries and how it grows the wonderful GDP of Nigeria. Having said so, I still have my guests in the building. Yes, by the name Mr. Ademola Akintoye. We've been talking about different areas on how we can harness the great potentials in our media industry and how it can be a big boom for Nigeria. Mr. Akintoye, sorry I had to break your thoughts, you know, to follow through. We are talking about how young people can boycott traditional, gatekeepers and begin to make money.
Yes, for example, someone in Aba,
yes,
or in Kaduna or far away Maduguri, doesn't have to travel to Lagos.
Right.
So people think that until you come to Lagos, you can be successful. But with the model, existing model now, you can become a creative, an author, a content creator, and still stay in Kaduna, stay in Aba. And
they will come and look for you there.
They don't even need to look for you. You get
paid online.
You get paid online. Remote jobs, global platforms, local platforms. You put your content there, then you get monetized.
Which is what I was going to ask. Now, how can the government make money out of those who monetizing? That's another question now. Because now...
Yes, the only way government can make money is through taxes.
Great.
So individual will be taxed.
Great.
You know, what government needs to do is to bring many people into tax nets. That is just it. You know, tax evasion of tax is criminal.
It is a crime.
So you just have to, enforce
it.
You know, if you are making money, you should pay tax. It's normal.
Because I tell you right now, you see all these social media influencers living life larger than life. So
that has to do with government. Government needs to enforce that. So if you are making money, you should pay. So what the democratization of content has done is to give you leverage to make more money. So you don't need to travel from pillar to pole to make money. If you're a good author, for example, there are platforms like Novas. You can put your content there,
Right.
and then you monetize. Some of these, most of these platforms, you don't even pay to start. It's free. So you put it there, promote your content, and then if it's a good content,
You get
paid.
You get paid. That's the word.
So
that's
this
the
has
word.
effectively cut off middlemen. You know, before you have to take your content, for example, a book, you take it to publishing house, they have to print it, you know. Some of them will even reject your work.
And they don't want to,
they don't want to
review.
Because maybe you are just an indie author, you are upcoming author, they don't know you. So they feel that a waste of time. But with these platforms like Novas, you can put your content there and you begin to earn. And anywhere you are. So this will have a effect of decongesting major cities also, because young people don't need to travel from their existing city to come to bigger city. Because whatever you can make in bigger city, you can also make it in your smaller city.
Whatever you can make in the bigger city, you can also make in the smaller city. You see, industry focus goes way beyond just looking at the industry, but also we help you to pick out those areas that you might not see, bring them in front of you, and help you as young content creators to be able to make money for yourself and stop worrying and disturbing your family members for urgent 2K. All right. Our next question on this. It says, beyond talent, what investments and policies are needed to accelerate growth?
Yes.
In less than 2 minutes.
Yes. Development is built on the backbone of infrastructure.
Right.
There won't be meaningful development without good infrastructure. It's very important. And this is engine room of developed countries. US, China, they have solid infrastructure to back their entrepreneurs.
Right.
So if we must succeed in this environment, infrastructure like broadband internet access is a must for everyone. In all cities should be connected to broadband internet facility, affordable also, because remember, young people who are starting up, they don't have enough capital, and to buy, expensive data. So data must be cheaper, and the telcos also have roles to play in making affordable some of these their data. Then we talk about uninterrupted power supply. I think this is a problem we've been grappling with for years now. And we hope this will be resolved, very soon. It's very important. Then some people have a problem of digital distribution, and that's the problem we are solving, especially for African creators. So then we have funding access also, like grants, seed funds, and stuff like that. Then we also have IP protection, intellectual property protections. What do you do if you have disputes with your IP? Can it easily be resolved in the courts? What are the legal frameworks to resolve this? So we need to look at this. This is a discussion that we must. If someone tamper with my IP, how can I address it? How can I be pacified?
How do I mitigate
at the end of the day? Wouldn't it cost me a lot of money as a young creative? So we need to open discussion around this, and enforcement of it is very important. Then we also need to have standardized creative education.
Standardized creative education.
Yes, that is curriculum. So we don't want disjointed curriculum where you have mushrooms training institution, just train any people anyhow. It should be standardized,
and they must be well certified.
Well certified. It's very important. Let's have a national curriculum with this. I'm aware that National Board of Technical Education, they are instituting what we call a national skill qualification framework to standardize some of this training. And I think if it is done well, we can have standardized training from certified institution. From certified institution. From standardized to certified. Big words for multimedia. You see, we can go places. Like they say, we follow the money does what? Paves the way. All right, like we always say right here on our television station, that if you really mean business, start your day with BusinessDay. Speaking of which,
We do have our next segment here. It's called Deal or No Deal. No matter, I should take a break and then come back. Yeah. But I see that you're ready for it already. All right. So this particular, I'll shake your hand first and hope that this is going to be a deal for you.
Yes.
Hopefully it's not a deal breaker or it's a deal.
Yeah.
Now, the Nigerian government is actively working on initiatives to foster multimedia growth in 2025, which is this year, focusing on improving broadband infrastructure, digital skills development, and creating a supportive regulatory environment. These efforts are part of a broader strategy to build a digitally inclusive and innovation-led kind of industry. Mr. Ademola, with your idea and your expertise, do you see this in under 5 years as a good deal, or you see it as an opportunity for some people to just steal money and sweep it under the carpet? Is this a deal or a no deal? Before I shake your hand again.
Yes, it's actually a deal for me.
It's a deal for you?
Yes.
So you think it's a deal?
It's a deal for me.
It's a deal?
Yes, if done properly, it's a deal.
Okay.
Yes.
How is this a deal?
Yes, when you look at the after status,
right,
like fiber optics rollouts,
right,
and internet access, we also have digital skill and workforce development.
Digital
skill and workforce development.
Right.
This is, I think it's under the Minister of Creative Economy, where it is targeted to train 3 million, technical talents, within a space of maybe 2 or 3 years. So it's ongoing. It's 3MTT. Then you have fiber optic rollout and internet access. This is under the Project Bridge, and they are trying to connect
Project Bridge.
Yes, then about 90,000 kilometers of fiber. Using 2 billion investments.
If I find correctly, that's Project Bridge or Bridge?
Bridge.
Okay, Bridge. Okay.
Bridge, yes. So that is there. So these are deal for me. We also have after digital trade leadership and job visions. So these are things that these are deal breakers that we if we don't do it properly. Remember, we talk about infrastructural deficiency.
Right.
So this is one way to address it. Then we also talk about talent, because we also need to train good talent. This also fall under it. So it's, for me, it's a good deal. Yes.
It's a good deal.
Yes, it's a good deal. Yes.
Mr. Ademola says it's a good deal. So for all of us who have been wanting to key in and get some great insight about the area of multimedia and how this particular area, the federal government is putting its hand and extending it further across to young people, young content creators, and of course, those who understand what media is, to help them grow and earn money right from their living room. They call it remote jobs. Federal government is willing to put in a lot of money in that area to grow it. Mr. Ademola says it's a good deal. Let's take a break. When we come back, we do have our last segment. Let's catch a fresh air, like they say. Deal or no deal? Now you've heard it. What about you? I'll be right back. Don't go away. Great stuff. He said it's a good deal if Nigeria kicks on and flows through with the idea of what he wants to do and the package for multimedia in Nigeria. I still have my guests in the studio. When we started with the quote of the day on multimedia. We also moved straight up to the area where we asked a lot of questions, which was quite important. And again, we spoke about deal or no deal segment. Now we are at the area of retrospect. But before I go further, right, I had one more question to ask Mr. Ademola. As a professional in the multimedia industry, this amount of years, 2 decades, I got it right now, yeah. 2 decades.
2 decades.
What would you say has been the greatest challenge and greatest plus and the cons and pros in the industry for someone like you and the kind of value you've added with AI multimedia, with Novas that is coming forth right now, how would you say you guys have added value to the GDP of Nigeria, the growth of Nigeria? And anyone who's watching back home will say, you know what, we want to try and see how this industry can grow. Is this the man to talk to?
Okay, let's look at the challenges.
Right.
You know, we started when internet was penetration in Nigeria is at its lowest.
Right.
You know, you could imagine how we work with video at that time. It's really, really tough. But the internet access is getting better, so it's helping us. The major challenge we face is funding.
So that's 5G over 4G now.
Yes. So the major challenges are, you know, we've talked about them before, but one that stands out is funding. You know, to really run effective media business, you need a lot of funding. You know, because you are dealing with a lot of equipment. For example, you want to go into filmmaking, for example, just a camera, you know, just basic camera that will do the job at least to some extent. You will be talking about 3 million, BRS minimum.
And now that US aid has been pulled off the carpet
pull
of
off the
Nigeria.
carpet. So you have a lot of challenges, you know, when it comes to that funding. It's not just camera, you're talking about other accessories, gears, manpower. So this is one of
transportation.
This is one of the challenges we face when it comes to developing this this environment. I mean, this sector. You know, so that is that. Then other challenges could be political, where you have instability.
I was coming there also.
Policy in economy,
insecurity.
So this could also be challenges that we face
the industry.
You know, so that affect the industry. But one thing for me as a multimedia expert over the years, we'll be able to walk through these challenges and overcome some of the difficulties, you know, the hurdles, and then we are still standing. So that is that. Then the impact, we cannot overemphasize the impact, our contribution in the industry. Number one, let's look at training. In terms of training, we've trained thousands of young people for the past 14, 15 years. We started AI Multimedia, and then we've also provided employment. Some of our alumni are well engaged in most organizations, and they are contributing their quotas to the GDP
of Nigeria, which is very
Nigeria.
important.
Yes,
we follow the money on the show.
Yes. Then, in addition to that, we also do production support. We help organizations to, put together their production. Churches, companies, and all that. And then when we do that, they make money. They're also contributing to the GDP of the country.
All right. Much has been said. I know, given the chance, we'll probably go on and on and on. Yes, most definitely it's part of why we're here. But just before we wrap up and leave, we have our last segment before we take your final notes and say a good, wonderful goodbye. Retrospect. Believe it or not, media, like they say, adds a lot of value. Yes, you agree. That's why we're in front of you, talking on the camera, and the whole world is watching. But in Nigeria, within the time when we had the civil war, a lot of people don't know this. At that time, the media industry wasn't that fully exposed, but it was making a lot of strides. But after the war, the media played a major role. Now it says here, although not directly on the August 5th, yet this day can still remain and fall into the minds of Nigerians, the Nigerian Civil War between 1967 and 1970, and its impact on media landscape. It is important to reflect on how the war shaped media's narrative, right? The narratives of media and the role of media in conflict. Hence, a new frontier for media grew and then started generating more income for Nigeria as the years followed through. That's some history for you guys to chew in, and hopefully you will understand the history of Multimedia. Mr. Ademola, do you see that history a bit of controversial, or did he add some insight to it?
For me, it's not controversial, because something must start from somewhere, and you build on it. You know, there was a time we were using us as a means of transportation. So some people built on it until we have a modern day cars and all that.
And
so
now we have drones that carry people around. It's amazing how we've come this far as a civilization.
So it's development, it's developmental, you know, because we started this way doesn't mean we have to remain that way. So I won't dispute that history, but so many have happened even after that. Over time. So, you know, this is where we are. So,
Mr. Ademola, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
It has been really in-depth. Knowledge has come out of it, quite, you know, insightful. We had a lot of information you've given to us, and of course, you poured more light on the area regarding youth engagement and how they can make money. Because, like we say, do what you love to do, but make sure you're making money in the process. Thank you so much. We've had Mr. Ademola break down every single detail that we needed to make sure that for those of you who want to become multimedia experts, you know where to go to, you know how to do your research. And obviously, you also know who to talk to. Mr. Ademola, thank you again.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Are you on social media?
Thank you so much. Yes, we are on social media.
What's the social media handle?
You see all our AI Multimedia NG,
right,
on Novas NG, you know, all social media platform, just AI Multimedia NG,
right,
or Novas NG. We are here to help to add our quota to the GDP of Nigeria. We are doing everything possible. You know, creative economy is not just entertainment; it is an enterprise. So we are taking it seriously.
Before we go, let's take this one seriously now. Do you think content is actually king? A course of another day.
What are we doing here? We are creating content.
Most definitely.
And it's king.
And it is king.
Without, you know, content, how do people get informed? So content is information.
Right.
It's key.
It's key.
Yes, and it's king.
Thank you very much. It has been wonderful having you guys. Of course, you know, more of this will come your way. Thank you so much for tuning in, for being with us right here on Industry Focus. Until next week, Tuesday, remember this: if you really must do business, start your day with Business Day. My name is Onyeka Valentine. Bye-bye for now.